Hi, my name's Chantel Delaney. I'm a certified herbal practitioner and the product educator for M Squared. So tonight's video, we are talking about how to sleep better and to stress less. So I love to talk about this subject every December because while the holidays are a wonderful time of year, they can also be the most difficult time of year for our mental health. So we tend to have disruptions in our eating habits and our sleeping habits, and these can lead to increased feelings of stress, restlessness, and fatigue. So I'm going to get into the nitty-gritty of sleep, stress, and anxiety and give you a couple little self-care hacks along the way to hopefully have you thriving through the season. So it's more important than ever to provide our bodies and minds with the right tools to thrive through the season. We need to be actively looking for ways to mitigate stress and encourage rest and relaxation and make good choices for ourselves when it comes to self-care and nutrition. So first, we're going to talk about the connection between sleep, stress, and anxiety. So all three of these aspects of your life are managed physically by your endocrine system. So your endocrine system includes your thyroid, pituitary, and adrenal glands, and these generate hormones that act as signals throughout your body that regulate all the important functions of your body. So your adrenal glands help to regulate blood pressure, your electrolyte balance, metabolism of proteins, fats, and sugars, your immune system, and your stress response. So very, very important, and all of those glands kind of work in a network that work together. So if one's out of whack, they're all out of whack. So it's very, very important to have healthy function of all of these things, but especially adrenal function. So let's talk about stress. Everybody has some level of stress in their life, and stressors, those things that cause you stress, are always going to be present one way or another. So we need to be really proactive about providing ourselves with the tools to improve our resilience to stress. So this means supporting our adrenal function, getting good rest and nutrition, and taking care of our mental and physical health. When our adrenal function is balanced, our ability to react more positively to stress is better. And then when we feel stress, our adrenal glands release cortisol, give us an extra boost of energy and mental focus to kind of get through our challenges. When our adrenal function is compromised by chronic stress, daily stress can really start to feel overwhelming, causing anxiety, even anxiety and panic attacks. And in the natural health industry, we often refer to poor or low adrenal function as adrenal fatigue. And this is when your adrenal gland function gets sluggish because it has for too long been producing the extra cortisol that you need to feel energized and manage stress. So they basically get kind of burnt out. The most widely accepted and simple ways to support your adrenal function is with vitamin and mineral supplementation. It's very, very simple. So the best place to start is with a good quality B complex. I always recommend Land Art from Quebec because they specialize in liquid formulations, which are great for better absorption, for quicker absorption, and easier digestibility. I like these for everyone, but especially if you have compromised digestion, you should be taking a liquid B complex. So they have this energy formula here that has Siberian ginseng in it, which is a wonderful adrenal tonic. This one is great for feelings of low energy and fatigue. And then they have their Zen formula, which is basically the opposite. So this one has hops, chamomile, and moringa in it. And this one is better for people who feel anxiousness, restlessness, things like that. There's an herb-free option as well, which I love to recommend for anybody who has an autoimmune issue, or if they are pregnant or breastfeeding, or if they're just looking for an herb-free option. Vitamin D3 is another crucial vitamin for dealing with stress. In my opinion, liquid is the only way to go because vitamin D3 is fat soluble and this is suspended in a fat. Tablets are not easy for your body to utilize. In fact, I would say it's very unlikely that they will utilize them at all. And liquid D3s are just the best. So this one from Land Art is very nice. I've got the extra strength one in my hand here. It's 2,500 IU per drop, which is a nice dose. So I would do 1 to 2 drops of this a day through the winter time. They also have a regular strength one, which is 1,000 IU of D3 per drop, and they have a kids one as well. So really, really great, super easy, and there is 490 servings in one little bottle. So it's actually the most cost-effective way to take it as well. Magnesium is another one that I definitely recommend for anybody experiencing sleep and stress, or sleep issues and stress and other things. It's one of those minerals that a lot of people are deficient in. We don't tend to get enough of it through our diets. It's kind of everybody must have it sort of mineral. It helps you to sleep, it relaxes your muscles, it speeds up muscle recovery, it's good for stress. And there are lots of different forms of supplemental magnesium. So if you were to walk through your favorite health food store, you're going to see citrate, bisglycinate, oxide, taurate, and many more. They're all a little different, and it's kind of difficult to ascertain which one is the right one for an individual person. So I love to recommend taking a blend because it's going to cover all of your bases. Natural Stacks MagTech is the one that I like because it's a combination of 3 different kinds of magnesium. So it's got magnesium taurate, magnesium glycinate, and magnesium L-threonate. These are all chelated magnesiums, which means that they're bound to amino acids, which gives you better mineral absorption plus the benefit of the amino acid that it's bound to. Magnesium threonate is a pretty special magnesium that's in here. It's the only one that can increase cognition because of its action on the brain. Magnesium taurate is good for muscle tension, and then magnesium glycinate is a precursor to GABA, which I'll talk about in a moment. So that's the one that's great for sleep and stress and tension. This combination, all 3, is really good for tight and sore muscles. It's good for heart health, mental health, promoting relaxation, improving your sleep, and bonus, it's great for jaw clenching or teeth grinding. If you are having sleep issues, try pairing this one with the GABA brain food from Natural Stacks. Low levels of GABA manifest in our bodies as feelings of being overwhelmed, anxiety, nervousness, feeling uptight, having sleep issues, and having a racing mind. GABA supplements help to bring calm, promote relaxation, and extend your sleep, basically have you sleeping longer. Natural Stacks brain food is special because it's paired with nitric oxide boosters. So it's got rosemary, L-citrulline, and grapeseed extract in it, and these are there to help it cross the blood-brain barrier better. The rosemary extract that's in here actually makes it so that the GABA stays in your system longer. So that's really great because GABA tends to leave the system really quickly. So GABA by itself does not easily cross the blood-brain barrier. So that's why lots of brands will do a higher dose per capsule or per serving, because the actual uptake of that amino acid is very low. Natural Stacks, because of the combination with those other ingredients, it's just 211 milligrams per capsule, and you can take 1 to 3 depending on the severity of what you're working on. So I would take 1 to 2 capsules if I was just trying to promote relaxation and get a better sleep. But if I was dealing with something more serious like insomnia or trauma or acute stress, I would definitely go up to 3 capsules. So how do you know if your adrenal function is low? If you startle easily, like if you're jumpy, if you experience anxiety attacks, if you have difficulty waking up in the morning and you don't feel rested, if you feel high levels of fatigue, if you have salt cravings, if you have weakened immunity, like you're kind of getting everything that's going around all the time, especially if you're feeling under stress. And then the most telltale sign, the most common one, is waking up in the middle of the night and having a hard time getting back to sleep. So this is actually because your cortisol is spiking at the wrong time. So when you are in balance, you get a nice cortisol spike rate before you should be waking up in the morning, and that's what naturally rouses you from sleep. When that's out of whack, you may wake up in the middle of the night wide awake, and it takes time for that cortisol to wane and the melatonin to kick back in so you can fall back asleep. Those hormones both kind of work on a little teeter-totter, and that's what has you fall asleep and wake up. So, fun fact. So talking more about sleep, your body creates melatonin to manage the rhythm of that sleep-wake cycle. And when you don't sleep regular hours, like maybe you work shift work or you have jet lag or you've got babies, your melatonin levels can be really out of balance, making it hard to fall asleep or to stay asleep and feel properly rested. So your body creates melatonin when it starts to get dark out, preparing you for sleep. And then upon exposure to light in the morning, your body stops creating melatonin, preparing you to wake. So our first little lifestyle hack here is to make sure you sleep in a dark room because your body needs darkness to make adequate levels of melatonin. When you are deficient in melatonin, you can often take a pretty small dose and get right to sleep. If you're not deficient, melatonin may actually keep you awake. So if you've tried it before and you were like, yeah, it didn't really do anything for me, that's because melatonin deficiency was not your problem. So if you are trying melatonin, if it does seem like the right thing to you, start with a smaller dose. 1 to 3 milligrams the first night and see how it goes. You can always increase it. You can up it to 5 to 10 milligrams, but it's pretty typical to get results for sleep from a smaller dose. Plus, it works quickly. It typically comes in liquid or a tablet that dissolves under the tongue, so you can take it as needed when you experience sleeplessness instead of having to take it daily. Again, the Land Art one is great, and I like a liquid because it's way easier to adjust your dose or customize your dose for any member of your family or for yourself. They recently came out with a 10 milligram option. This is the 3 milligram. That one is better for people with chronic fatigue syndrome, with fibromyalgia, or people who work shift workers who are going to be much more depleted in melatonin. Often a lack of melatonin is not what's keeping you up. If you feel anxiety at night, or you've got a racing mind, or you fall asleep fine but wake up in the middle of the night, it's much more likely that stress is the issue, more specifically your adrenal function. So this is where herbs really come in handy for sleeplessness. They work differently than melatonin because they target your nervous system and support healthy adrenal function to balance cortisol and other hormones to relax muscles and relieve tension. So there are a few different types of sleep herbs. You have your stronger sedative herbs like hops and valerian root. These are the ones that are going to make you feel sleepy and should only be used at night. And then you have herbs like passion flower, lemon balm, skullcap. These are nervines, so they're tonics for your nervous system that help you to relax. And these ones can be used day or night. So they're good for building your resiliency to chronic stress, and they can help you to relax and sleep well. Suro came out with a lineup of sleep products. They actually launched a nighttime syrup. That's their classic elderberry syrup as the base, and then they added nervine and sedative herbs to help with sleep and relaxation during periods of cold and flu. When they came out with this, their customers started asking for just those sleep herbs on their own, so they created 2 certified organic sleep capsules. So they have their regular strength one, which is passion flower, lemon balm, chamomile, and linden flower. So these are nervine herbs, not sedative herbs. So these ones help to promote sleep by encouraging relaxation and good hormone production in the body without any grogginess left over in the morning. And then the extra strong formula contains those same herbs with the addition of skullcap and valerian. So this is a stronger formula, a more sedative formula for when you need a little extra help getting to sleep. So a couple more lifestyle hacks to help you sleep better and stress less. Reducing or removing caffeine intake is a big one. If you do consume caffeine, don't do it in the afternoon if you have trouble sleeping. And definitely consider adding butter and MCT oil like Bulletproof's brain octane oil to it, because the fat works to slow down the uptake of caffeine so it doesn't make you feel anxious or jittery, and just has like a nice even peak through the day instead of a up and down. You can also take steps to maintain a healthy blood sugar balance to help you sleep better and feel less stressed. So that's small frequent meals, no processed sugars or foods, reduced starch, protein in the evening, and lots of healthy fats. Definitely consider supplementing with a good fish oil or vegan omega-3 like Aqua Omegas. It's my favorite because it's the most sustainable, it's high potency, and it's Canadian. We also really need to be able to identify our triggers for stress and sleeplessness and reduce or remove them from our lives as best we can. So that can be as simple as avoiding alcohol and sugar, but it could also be looking at where are we sleeping and how. Is there mold in our homes? There's lots of different things to consider around the triggers for stress and sleeplessness. Exercise is a really important one. It can really work wonders for our emotional health and for sleep and for stress. So it releases endorphins, those feel-good hormones, but it also helps your mind to kind of change channels. So repetitive motions like walking and biking and jogging has a bit of a hypnotic effect and can do as much for your emotional health as meditation can. Plus you get your blood pumping too. And then sleep hygiene is a big factor as well. So if you have problems sleeping, definitely don't keep a television in your room, and don't keep your phone by your bed, or at least don't scroll before you sleep. The blue light disrupts your sleep hormones, and you're triggering emotions by reading stories or posts or playing games or whatever you're doing. And those things can pervade your thoughts when you should be relaxing your mind. So your bedroom should be a sanctuary for rest and recuperation, especially if you're a person who struggles with sleep. Essential oils are, of course, a great addition to your regimen for better sleep and stress management. I'm going to have a whole video just on this in a couple of days, so make sure you come back and check that out. But in the meantime, you can consider diffusing sleep herbs in your bedroom or in your living space in the evening to help you wind down. So that's like lavender or chamomile, or you can use pre-made blends like the Zen meditation from Divine Essence, one of my favorites. For stress, using more energizing oils like grapefruit, sweet orange, peppermint, lemongrass, those are good for feelings of fatigue and low energy. And then the tree oils are great for that too. So your balsam fir, cedarwood, cedar, black spruce, those are some of my faves. These ones are really great as well. They're very grounding. And I thought I would show you my favorite diffuser since it's the holiday season. So if you're stumped on what to get someone, this is a great option from Divine Essence. This is the Arium Pro. So this is actually a nebulizer, so it's a waterless diffuser. I love this one. It's very eye-catching, and the essential oils, because they're not mixed with water, the fragrance tends to be a little more powerful. It's really good. They also have another one called the Arium Go, which is comes in a travel case, and it's plastic, and it comes with some mixing bottles and things like that. And that's another great gift, especially for people who are on the go. It's wireless as well, so it has a USB charger that it sits in. It's very, very cool. So make sure you check that out for your essential oil enthusiast. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope some of this information was helpful for you to thrive through the season. Wishing you all happy holidays and a happy new year too. And remember to comment, ask a question or whatever, and make sure you check out the rest of our videos. Take care.